For centuries, a silent stretch of ocean in the western Atlantic has swallowed ships, erased aircraft, and confused even the most experienced pilots. A place where compasses spin with no magnetic reason, where radios go silent, and where entire crews disappear without leaving a single trace behind. This is the Bermuda Triangle, a region feared by sailors, studied by scientists, and shrouded in more unanswered questions than any other place on Earth.
Control, this is Flight 821. We are requesting an emergency vector. All screens uncompromised.
Chapter 1. The First Disappearances. Long before aircraft crossed the sky, sailors traveling through this region wrote about strange, unexplainable events. They spoke of hovering lights on the horizon, compasses that spun uncontrollably, and ships drifting far off course despite calm seas. Some vessels were later found intact but completely abandoned. Others vanished forever. These early stories were dismissed as myths, superstitions, sailors telling tales. But the disappearances continued, and modern ships began to experience the same fate. Chapter 2. Flight 19. The case that changed everything happened on December 5th, 1945. 5 U.S. Navy torpedo bombers took off from Florida on a routine training flight. Weather was perfect. The crew was experienced. Nothing about the mission was unusual. But deep inside the Bermuda Triangle, the pilots' radios crackled with panic. Their compasses stopped working. They couldn't determine west from east. A strange white haze covered the ocean. Visibility collapsed, and confusion spread through the squadron. The last message from the flight leader was haunting. "We can't tell where we are. Everything looks wrong." Minutes later, all 5 aircraft disappeared from radar. A massive rescue plane was launched to find them. It vanished as well, with 13 crew members on board. No wreckage from any of these aircraft has ever been recovered. Even today, Flight 19 remains one of the greatest aviation mysteries in history. Chapter 3. The Ghost Ships. As the years passed, the Triangle gained a new reputation, not just for aircraft vanishing, but for ghost ships appearing out of nowhere. One vessel was found drifting quietly in calm water. Engines still running, lights on, food still warm in the kitchen, but not a single crew member aboard. Another ship floated aimlessly with all its lifeboats untouched, meaning no one tried to escape. No violence, no signs of struggle, just a silent deck and a crew that had seemingly stepped off the earth. Investigators offered theories: piracy, storms, mutiny, but none matched the evidence. Every case pointed toward the same chilling pattern. People were disappearing, without warning and without explanation. Chapter 4. Scientific explanations. Scientists have spent decades trying to unlock the mystery. Some point to magnetic anomalies regions where compasses can swing unpredictably. This can disorient pilots and send them far off course without realizing it. Another theory focuses on massive methane hydrate deposits beneath the ocean floor. If a huge bubble of methane gas erupts, the water above becomes suddenly less dense. A ship sitting on that water could sink instantly, leaving almost no debris. There's also the threat of rogue waves, walls of water over 100 feet tall, rising without warning, capable of crushing the largest vessels on Earth. And then, extreme weather, violent storms, microbursts, and sudden downdrafts powerful enough to bring down planes. These explanations answer many questions, yet none explain everything. Some disappearances still defy the laws of physics. Chapter 5. Survivor accounts. Only a few people who entered the Triangle and survived have described what they experienced, and their stories are unsettling. One pilot reported flying into what looked like a rotating tunnel of white clouds. Inside, his instruments malfunctioned. His clock jumped forward, and when he emerged, he found himself more than 200 miles from where he should have been. A sailor described a strange glowing fog that followed his boat for nearly an hour. During that time, his compass spun wildly in every direction. Another aircraft crew witnessed a bright orange object rising from the ocean, glowing intensely before disappearing into the sky. Their radio cut out at the exact same moment. These are first-hand accounts from trained professionals, people with nothing to gain by inventing such stories, and they force us to consider that something inside the Bermuda Triangle may be far more complex and far more unusual than we once believed. Chapter 6. The Final Mystery. Today, thousands of ships and aircraft pass through the Bermuda Triangle each year. Most travel safely. The region is not closed. It is not forbidden. It is simply unexplained. Maybe the answer lies in natural forces we still don't fully understand. Maybe the ocean hides dangers humanity hasn't mapped yet. Or maybe the truth is stranger than any scientific theory. What we do know is this: the Bermuda Triangle has erased entire crews, stopped instruments from working, bent flight paths, confused radios, and left behind some of the most baffling mysteries on our planet. Until we uncover the full truth, the Bermuda Triangle remains one of Earth's final unsolved enigmas. A reminder that even in our modern world, some secrets still refuse to surface.